Hello everyone, welcome back to the logic building series by coding starts with C, and in this video we will see another pattern, and I have slightly increased the difficulty of the pattern in this video. Before starting the video, if you haven't watched the previous videos of this series, then please watch it because it is completely linked. Now let's see today's pattern. So this is our today's pattern, and many of you might have already solved this. You might know its code. I also know this. We are not here for the code, we are here for the logic. How actually is the logic built for this pattern? So before jumping on to the code, we will see how we can build logic for this. So let's note down some observations. So the first one would be that there are 5 rows, alright, and the columns are not fixed in this pattern. So if you see in this first row we have only one element, in second row we have two elements, in third row we have three elements, in fourth row we have four, and similarly in the last we have five. So columns are not fixed, alright, no problem. We will see how to handle this later. Now, so the basic structure. So the basic structure would be to use two nested loops. Alright. So the outer loop, one thing is for sure, that the outer loop will run 5 times. Why? Because we have 5 rows and the outer loop resembles rows, so it is sure that outer loop will run 5 times. Now the interesting part is for the inner loop. The inner loop is not fixed, it will depend on the outer loop. Why? Because if you see that the inner loop or the number of columns are depending on the rows. So for the first row we have one column or one element, in the second row we have two columns or two elements, and so on. So inner loop depends on the row number. Now it should be good. So these are our observations. If we can conclude these observations, that how many times our loop will run, then it becomes easy to just code the logic. So now we have find out that the outer loop will run 5 times and the inner loop will depend on the row number. Now let's exactly see how it will depend on the row number. Let's do the coding part now. So for two loops I will take two variable int ij. As I said, this loop is fixed, I less than 5, I plus plus. So it will run 5 times. Now for this inner loop, we don't know, the number of times it will run is not fixed, it depends on the I. So let's find out how to tackle this. So for row 1 or I equals 0, the inner loop will run 1 time. Alright. Now for row 2 or I equals to 1, the inner loop will run 2 times. Alright. Now similarly for I equals row 3 or I equals 2, the inner loop will run 3 times. For row 4 or I equals 3, the inner loop will run 4 times. For row 5 or I equals 4, the inner loop will run 5 times. So from this we can conclude that the inner loop will run I plus 1 times. We can clearly observe for I equals to 0, inner loop will run 0 plus 1, that is 1 times. For I equals 1, 1 plus 1, that is 2 times. For I equals 2, 2 plus 1, that is 3 times, and so on. So this is our final observation. It is very important to note that the inner loop will run I plus 1 times. So it is very simple. J is less than equal to I, comma j plus plus. So if you see, when I equals to 0, this loop will run from 0 to 0, that is 1 time. When I equals 1, this loop will run from 0 to 1, that is 2 times. For I equals 2, this loop will run 3 times. So this is good. So run I plus 1 times. No issues. Now what do we have to print? We have to, for each row, we have to start printing the numbers from the 1 till the time we have to print. So in the first row we have to print only one number, so we will start from 1 and stop at 1. In the second row we will start from 1 and print it 2. In the third row we will start from 1 and print till 3, and similarly so on. So the points to note down here, that every time the numbers will start from 1 and it will go on to the time when our columns are needed. So for one column we need only one number, for 2 columns we need 2 numbers, and so on. Now the question is how to turn this into code. So if you can pause the video and think on your own, and now I will explain. So observe that for the first column we have to print 1, in the second column we have to print 2, in the third column we have to print 3, in the fourth column we have to print 4, and in the fifth column we have to print 5. So the output is dependent on the column, not on the rows. Important point, the output is dependent on the column number. So we will use the column number to print the output. So we will print printf %d. I will print j plus 1. Why j plus 1? See, for the first column or j equals to 0, I have to print 1. So here let's see, first column, and j is 0 or j is 0. I have to print 1. Similarly, for second column or j equals to 1, I have to print 2, and so on. So for third column or j equals to 2, I have to print 3. For fourth column or j equals to 3, I have to print 4, and for the fifth column or j equals to 4, I have to print 5. So what is the output? So print j plus 1. What is our observation? Print j plus 1. Now let's understand. First I will be set to 0, condition will be checked, it's true. Now j will be set to 0, condition is true, so we will print j plus 1, that is 1. So 1 will be printed. After that j plus plus, j will become 1 now. Now this condition is false, so this part will be skipped, and after that we need a new line. So I will print a new line. Now after this I plus plus, I will become 1. Now again j will be set to 0, I is 1. Condition is still true. I will print j plus 1, that is 1. again j plus plus, j will become 1, condition is still true. I will print j plus 1, that is 2. So 1 and 2 will be printed. After that j plus plus, j will become 2 but I is 1. So this condition is false and this part will be skipped. After printing 1 and 2, I will print a new line. So our logic seems right and we will get the desired output like this. So for I equals to 0, I will get 1. After that I will get 1 and 2. After that I plus plus, I will become 2. Again j equals to 0. This loop will run 3 times and will print 1, 2, 3. After that I will become 4 and this loop will run 4 times and will print 1, 2, 3, 4. After that I will become 4 and this loop will run 5 times and will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that I will become 5 and this condition will be false. So this complete part will be skipped and the control will reach here at return 0 and our program will end. So we will get the desired output. Let's run the code. So you can clearly see that we have got our desired output that we needed. So our logic is correct. So now I hope that the logic is clear to you. If not, you can ask your doubts in the comments. I will try to resolve your issues. So if you have liked the video, please like and share and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because this series is very important for logic building. So that was all for this video. In the next video we will see another pattern of increased difficulty. If you would like me to cover a specific pattern, you can tell me in the comments. I will try to cover that. So bye for now. See you soon.